Good afternoon, everyone. Hope things are well. Today is the day we can start to buy Carabao Cup final tickets. I'm glad to be saying that I'm in pot one, so I can go on first thing at 12 p.m. to get my ticket. But of course, those of you who are in pot 2 or 3 can head on over the next couple of days and get yourselves final tickets. And I want to kind of briefly talk about myself first before we head into the video today, because I know a lot of you are going to be asking questions. What am I doing here? Why am I at home? Why am I not walking to Manchester? Well, bit of a spoiler alert for the video tomorrow, but I have disqualified myself. I said it to you guys and I've said it to myself. I promised to myself 100% of the walk would be all on foot. And if any stage I was to go away from that promise, I would disqualify myself. So yeah, that's happened after I'm back home. But coincidentally enough, once I got back home a couple hours later, Newcastle United decided to release a brand new shirt that will come out on Friday, which I wanted to dedicate a video to today. And then, of course, we'll do a video for the kit launch where we can physically see the kit in person. We can talk all about it, see how it looks, see whether the club's made the correct call to do it, because it's been quite a mixed response on social media. But to be fair to the club, I do always say this: a shirt is optional. You never have to buy a shirt. I'm not forced to buy it. Or you watching this video aren't forced to buy it. So to be fair to them, again, like, we aren't forced to buy these products. So I'm not going to whinge and moan if they're going to keep bringing shirts out every couple of weeks. I know the argument fans can make as well, actually, bringing all this merchandise out. We're not signing any players, but again, the club does have to maximise profits. Any real top six, big six, what the hell do you want to call these bigger Premier League clubs, they all do the same, to be fair to them. So again, we'll talk a bit more about it shortly, because I do have a bit of news to get into first, just before we begin. So from Craig Hope, absolutely bricked myself when he posted this morning, by the way, but he has put an exclusive out saying that major injury updates on Gordon, Burn and Botman. So they said that they have all avoided serious injuries. So I mean, I wouldn't really say it's a major injury update, but yeah, thanks for making me brick myself this morning. But all fine, basically, is what you said, which is good, especially ahead of that cup final. We've got all our big players to stay fit. So far, so good, but let's not jinx it. Let's just make sure when the next few matches we just stay level-headed and we stay 100% ready. Now, I felt like one of the arguments against this new shirt on social media that Newcastle fans, in my personal opinion, I feel like have correctly pointed out, is the fact that 2 years ago, we as a club, we as a fan base, we as a squad, all went out there and were absolutely buzzing to be back in Wembley, and deservedly so. We haven't been there in 20 years. It was a massive occasion for us, but we made a bigger deal out of the occasion than we were supposed to. And of course, Manchester United so nonchalantly turned up to Wembley on the day. All the fans turned up an hour before kickoff, all went in there, been there 100 times before, got the job done. And it was a case where Newcastle was heavily inexperienced compared to a team that is experienced. And the reflection, perhaps for Newcastle going into a second cup final, is that we just need to be switched on, lock in, don't make a big deal out of it. Let's just play the match, play our football. What will happen, will happen. But, of course, the argument against that is that Newcastle's brought out a new kit a few weeks earlier. It's almost like wow, we're back at Wembley kit. Everyone, let's celebrate again. Like, it's a case like might be trying to get Newcastle fans' heads all over the place. But yeah, the point being is that I kind of can't understand why fans be like, is this the correct time? And I've got a couple of things about it. And yeah, I would say the timing is a bit off now. The thing is, right, it's a 50-50 purchase. If I buy this kit, if we win the cup final, I got my Wembley final lettering on the shirt. I've got the Carabao Cup badge. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'll be wearing this thing. I'll be every video if that was the case. We won the final. However, if we lose the final, taking us off, throwing it in the fireplace, don't want to say it again. It'll be that simple. So it is a 50-50 purchase, and I don't know how it would work. I'm going to assume at this moment in time it's just stitching onto a regular shirt. So my shirt now, you can see I haven't got any Premier League logos on the side. So I get a Carabao Cup logo there. I get the lettering printed on here. I'm going to assume that's how it works. It's a print onto your normal shirt. Or it might be a case where it's a completely new shirt. But I would assume it's this way, because, again, why would I buy an extra shirt, for example? So, yeah. My whole issue being is that we talked about the fact of what if Newcastle loses and I don't want to wear it again. What if Newcastle wins? If we win the cup final, wouldn't we then bring out a Carabao Cup final winner shirt So this shirt that I've just spent all that money on would now be invalid because we potentially would have a Carabao Cup winner shirt. So it's almost a case, well, why am I buying this now if they're going to bring a new one out after we won the competition? So yeah, that's the sort of thing I reckon they could do anyway. So mm, I can kind of understand in both point of views. Obviously, I can go get this, support the team at Wembley. You know, I've got the cup final shirt on. Let's back the boys. Let's support them all the way. But it's also a case where, is this purchase really the best move for me and or for you to make? So again, I just don't know if they'll bring a new one out if we were to win the cup final. I've got a feeling, for example, I think the Magpie channel made a point where the lettering, if we won the final, would be gold instead of white. So yeah, maybe they'll make a new shirt after we won the final, and if that was the case, then this previous one would be kind of pointless. So at the same time, if Newcastle wasn't to make a new shirt after Wembley, it would just be this one. Then this would be almost like a collector's edition shirt that you own. So again, it's a massive 50-50 on just buying a football shirt. I think it's more complicated than it's supposed to be because you've got to question, well, is this really the choice I should be making? But yeah, I always feel like it's fair and important these videos should to come out, be transparent, speak to you all directly, and just to tell you all my personal opinion on what could happen in a scenario. So I always feel like for you guys, you should be obviously spoken to with respect and spoken to with gratitude, because I don't want to come out in a video, for example, and just buy, do it for Newcastle, do it for this. I don't want to put peer pressure on anyone because that's not what it is. It's a choice again. None of you have to go to the club shop on Friday and buy a shirt. I'm going to go there on Friday. I'll see how it looks. I'll see how it works. I might buy it, might not. I haven't decided yet, but again, I'll go there, make a video so you can at least physically see what the shirt's like, and we can actually show you how the kit launch for it was. But for me as a content creator, I think it's always quite important where you kind of got to stay on this sort of topic, to stay through the middle, not to kind of deviate towards either side. I can't see both sides of it, to be honest. I understand the club, of course, maximising profits, need to make more money so we can actually buy some players. I know that's one of the arguments against it. Buying all these shirts, but we don't get any players. Again, the club just have to maximise small profits and every single avenue of the club, and that's how they will generate before we have a new stadium. So yeah, it's one of them ones where you just got to decide for yourself. And I think it was an interesting topic to talk about though, because it's an interesting shirt. I don't know if Liverpool are doing it. I can't see they probably would be because they get that many finals. But again, is it a bit of a small club mentality? Would Man City do this for a Carabao Cup final? Would Arsenal do this for a Carabao Cup final? Would Liverpool do it? No, I think you get the point here. You probably could argue it's a bit of a small club mentality to try and do this, but honestly, in my opinion, it's just Newcastle trying to make as much money as possible. Like that's my honest opinion from it. I think it's the only reason why they bring it out this early, just to make loads of money ahead of the cup final. So regardless of what happens in the final, the money's already made before the cup final. So win lose doesn't change Newcastle United's profits from the sales. So they make loads of money from it. Fair play. I think it's a smart move from them. Can't really blame them for it. But again, if we lose or win the final, what would happen to the shirt? So that's my only kind of, I guess, grievance coming out of it. But again, I can't really criticise Newcastle. I think it's a decent move for them to make, and I'll be intrigued to see A, how it looks on Friday, and B, how many people buy it on Friday. I think it will sell quite well. I think a lot of people go in. I think a lot of people will buy it straight away, and I think it will give that cup fever and cup hype again to Newcastle. Whether you think that's a good or a bad thing, whether you think Newcastle should just lock in, get it done, or you think, yes, we should make a massive deal out of it and enjoy it for what it is. So again, it depends on what kind of side of the fence you sit on. I can see both sides. I will be honest, I can't see both sides. But again, the video will be up tomorrow for my attempt for Manchester City, and of course Friday I'll be at the club shop, and on Saturday we'll be actually doing the legit car ride to Manchester City. So yeah, didn't go too well, I guess, but hope you enjoy that anyway. Got plenty of videos coming out over the next few days. We're going to see how things go with Newcastle United. Big game against City. They were all right against Real Madrid yesterday, but again, they lost. And again, I think Newcastle can catch them out. Not to mention they've got an even bigger second leg now coming up. So Newcastle have got them at a good time. I feel like we can take it to them. I really think we can beat them this time. Looking forward to it. Real clash between two top sides. So let's see how things go. Take care. Let me know your opinions down below, and we will see you all in the next one.